You have one unheard message.
Hey y'all, it's Tawane and you're watching my YouTube channel. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, welcome back. The last time I talked to you guys, I was, I believe, 18 weeks pregnant and a lot has happened. We have a new addition to the family. He came a month early, and as I started to make this video, he decided to cry. So he's gonna be our little special guest today, my little bundle of joy. Today he turns a month. So yeah, I'm a month. And I'm just gonna be giving you guys my labor and delivery story. I labored for 13, maybe 14 hours. I don't know exactly when I went into active labor, and I don't know like when I was like full on in labor or when the medicine started kicking in. But yeah, so I woke up about 4 o'clock in the morning and I felt a lot of pressure on the bottom of my stomach, and I was really dizzy a little bit. So I just tried to go get some water. So I went to get some water, and when I got back in the bed, I just didn't feel comfortable like trying to lay down. So I woke up my boyfriend and I was like, yes, I think we should go to the hospital. And it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. So of course he's like, we went to the hospital. So I'm like, wake all the way up. Yes, I think we should go to the hospital. But like, I'm super strong. So when I like would feel like pain, I just never wanted to go to the hospital. I always was scared to go to the hospital by myself, and I was scared to get bad news by myself. So like I just never went to the hospital. So I guess he was a little bit like confused on why I went to the hospital. And I'm like, something just doesn't feel right. And he was like, you don't want to go in the morning because I don't want to just drop you off to the hospital in the middle of the night. And I'm like, yeah, I want to go now. So he gets up and he puts on like work clothes. He put on like his regular collared shirt, jeans and wallabies. And I don't have on a bra. I have on a sweater, some sweatpants, and I have a bonnet on. And underneath my bonnet is my weird cornrows. Like neither one of us thought that I was gonna give birth that morning. His diaper bag wasn't packed, nothing. So we go to the emergency room because that's where I thought to go. I mean, I'm not from here. I didn't think to go to a women's hospital. I didn't think I was having my baby. And my blood pressure was really high, super duper high. So I called my mom, and I'm like, yeah, my blood pressure's really high. I'm like crying, oh my God. So they check it again in the women's hospital, and they're just like, yeah, girl, you're not leaving until you have this baby. Huh? She's like, yeah, you have preeclampsia. Basically, like, we're gonna induce you, and you're gonna have him by the end of the week. And my mind starts spinning because I'm thinking about what his nursery looks like. His crib is like in the middle of the floor. His playpen is barely together. Like, I just wasn't prepared. And I think that's what makes me so, like, God, Leeds, what did you do wrong? Like, to make your son, like, have to come a month early. And we were so unprepared. Like, so, of course, I call my mom. I call my boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, they said I can't leave until I have the baby. So he's like, all right, where do I park? So they're telling me, okay, so we're gonna give you two shots in the butt to help his lungs develop faster. We're gonna give you something in my IV that like puts me in labor, that induces my labor. And then they was gonna give me like a pill in my hoo-ha to like make my pelvic bone dissolve a little bit faster. Not dissolve, but like soften. So she goes down there and she's like sticking her fingers in me. I'm like, golly, for one, I don't roll that way. But if I did, take a girl out on a date first. She's like, oh God, you're 3.5 centimeters already. You don't need the pill. I was like, I'm 3.5. When did I contract to be 3.5 centimeters? Like, I don't remember feeling the pain that everybody tells me that you feel. She's like, yeah. So even if I didn't have preeclampsia, I think he would have came before his due date, because I was already 3.5 centimeters a month. At 35 weeks, I was 3.5. So he probably still would have came a little bit earlier, but not a whole month earlier. So they test me for COVID. They do all that stuff. His dad comes in, and I'm just literally like confused. Like, I was excited because I'm like, my baby's coming, but I was confused. Like, everything happened so fast. And when I get worked up emotionally, like my brain, I can hear you, but I'm not taking in what you're saying to me. Like, she was just telling me what preeclampsia was, and I'm just like, yeah, I had, like, my hands and feet are always swollen, but every time I went to the doctor, they said my blood pressure was fine. So that's what made me cross out pre-eclampsia, because the biggest thing, like health-wise, because like your hands swelling and your feet swelling could be water retention. Like that's like, honestly, that's a symptom for a lot of stuff during pregnancy. And mind you, I had swollen feet before I was pregnant with him. So I'm just thinking, oh, this is just what my lower edema getting worse because I'm pregnant. There's more weight on my ankles. When my hands swelled up, it crossed my mind, but like I always just rolled on. My blood pressure is always fine when I go to the doctor, so I'm fine. I don't have preeclampsia. But no, I was sadly mistaken. So I was 4 centimeters when they rolled me up to like the delivery room. They told me we're gonna break your water. When we break your water, that's when like you're gonna feel it. Would you like an epidural? So once you say you don't want an epidural, you have to wait longer because you have to like have like enough fluid in you. And I was dehydrated, so I was like, yeah, I want an epidural, just not right now. But went ahead and like signed off for it. I got my epidural at 4 centimeters a little bit later on, because I remember people saying like after they break your water, you're gonna feel it, it's gonna hurt. So I'm just like, yeah, let me go ahead and get that to like avoid being in pain. So being that I got it earlier, I didn't feel any contractions. I didn't feel anything. So I'm just laboring all day. I don't know how far I've dilated because I never seen my doctor again after that. Another doctor came in around, I want to say 6:45, and she was checking to see how far I was dilated. She's like, you're 9.5 centimeters. I'm like, oh wow. Like from, I don't know. Like I seen the contractions. I seen like it going up and down, but I didn't think I was that far along. I thought it was like 7 centimeters, not a whole 9.5. So at the time I didn't know, but my boyfriend later told me that she broke my water, because all I knew was after she took her hands out of me, I felt a lot of pain. Like it was like not in my hoo-ha, not in my stomach, it was in my butt. Like it felt like I had to doo-doo out a log. So I was like, ooh, like I think I just turned to my nurse, and she's like, does it feel like you have to doo-doo? I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, you're having a baby. So the doctor hadn't even left yet, because she was like, I think she had just walked in, so she was taking a lot of calls. And she was like, let me check you one more time before I leave. And she checks me, and my baby was like, she seen his head. She was like, oh, you're about to have a baby. They clicked some little button, and like 5 nurses come in like roaches. And like, it was already 4 nurses in there, plus my nurse and the doctor. And like, they lay me back. So it's like, I can't see what's going on. It's a lot going on. I was on a medicine called magnesium, which made me like really woozy. I would have like really bad hot flashes. And it was just, golly, it was a lot going on. And like, it was like, push. All I knew, all I heard was push, and I pushed. And I was like, push again. I pushed, like next contraction, push really hard. That contraction, my baby came out. He was 5 pounds, 6.4 ounces, which is right there good enough so that he could stay with me. But of course, when you have your baby, they drop like a big old pound. They drop like a huge old pound. So that's what, that's why we had to stay a little bit longer, because he dropped, when you have your baby, you don't want your baby to drop in this 10th percentile. You don't want it to lose 10% of what they had weighed, so at birth. So he dropped right there at the 9%. So we stayed, my blood pressure did not, I left, my blood pressure still wasn't regulated. I was on a lot of medicine. So I had a nurse around the clock coming to check on him, coming to check on me like every 45 minutes. That was the hardest thing. I never got rest because we're in a hospital. You can't lock the hospital door. So like when people walk in, they walk in. It's bright in the hallway, it's dark in the room. So like I always was waking up. I never got rest until I came home. But yeah, he's here, he's healthy. My labor and delivery was really smooth. I felt 2 contractions after she broke my water. So I'm here to say, I'm not a good person to give advice about how my labor went, because for one, I don't remember the ins and outs. I remember the important stuff, and I only felt 2 contractions. And now my bundle of joy is here. He's so sweet and precious. Y'all ignore his bed hair. Yeah, he just do what he want to do. He live his life. And yeah, guys, I'm a mother. Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Hope you guys liked it. I think my next video will be the nursery tour after we finish, after I put stuff up on the wall. Follow me on Instagram at TYEM as in money white. My everything is the same thing. Twitter is the same thing too. because I did a poll if y'all wanted my labor and delivery or if y'all wanted a nursery tour. So then you'll get me a little bit more personal. It's not just one video every now and then. You see the ins and outs of our days. Today he turned a month old. My baby's getting big. He's definitely beyond his birth weight now. He's not my little smooch anymore. He's like a grown old baby. But yeah guys, bye.